Hi, this is Mrs. Hickson. You are now in business law, and we are in our PACE chart looking at how to demonstrate an in the news current events assignment. On your Getting Started tab on your grading in your Blackboard area, you're going to go ahead and find that at the bottom of my Getting Started, go all the way to the bottom, you're going to see in the news demonstration. You see on the screen right now it says it's not available. It will be so when you see this video. Basically, I want to show you how to do one of these assignments. Within your PACE chart, you actually have several different assignments regarding law within current events in very special places. And I want to go ahead and show that to you. Taking a look, in week 3, you're going to be doing a law in the news regarding your rights. You're also going to be doing crime in the news on the 5th week. And we're also going to be in civil law in week 8. And then again, a little bit further down, we're going to be doing contract law in week 16. So we're going to be doing this several times. What I have now is a generic version for you so you can kind of understand the next step. You're going to see that I have given you within that document a really excellent exemplar from another student from last semester, basically showing us a good example. And I've put that in Blackboard for you to review so you have something to go by. But I want to demonstrate how you can find some sources as well as accessing the original information. Within your Blackboard area, you're going to see where it says a generic template. If you click on that document, this is the template that's going to be very similar in these different weeks. This is generic, so I'd prefer you not to utilize this except for this assignment or this area working together. You will find a template for each of those particular areas that say civil law, contract law, criminal law, etc., and I'd like you to use those. In the meantime, you're going to see a Google Doc. In your orientation, you were probably walked through how to do Google Docs. You were told to make a copy in your information. It's also available in the Getting Started. First thing you want to do is make sure you're signed into your Google or Gmail. You'll know that you're signed in because you're going to see your information in the top. This is a copy that you can't type on, so we're going to go to File, Make a Copy, and you're going to go ahead and change that to your last name, and you can call this Demo Law Current Events. That way we're just demoing it so you can kind of get used to how to do this. You're going to say OK. And it's important for you to go ahead on the share button. Right now it's private only to me. That's not going to help when we submit something. So you're going to go ahead and change it from private to anyone with link. That means when you take the URL of this document, which is located right here, and you place it in your grading center, I will be able to review your document. So you want to go ahead and do that. Let's talk about finding current events. Now, there's many ways of finding different current events. Perhaps there is a news article, that news media that you're always looking at. For example, say you're on CNN all the time. You can find that within CNN there is a justice section. So they're always having particular information about legal issues going on. This might be a good place for you to find an article. Another item I'd like to show you about Google is if you're in your inbox or anything in Google, if you hit More and go to News, automatically, this is your account. This is an item where you can personalize news for you. Right now you can look at world, US, business, technology, all those different things. But if you want to actually start thinking about news, let's take a look and say law in the news as an example. I'm going to go ahead and hit return. Once I do that, you're going to find you're going to go ahead and see that I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to have right now a section within my news feed That's all about law in the news. Now, it's really important to remember there are specific kinds of law we're going to be discussing. Like I said, civil law, criminal law, contract law, and constitutional right law. However, this is a really neat place to have a lot of it come in. And you can do the same thing we just did and specify it as constitution, criminal, etc. Now, of course, it's important for you to be able to read the article and determine whether or not this is a good example. And what I want to do right now is show you the example that I've attached for you. You have one without the picture, and the one that you have is tanning industry fights teen bans. Let's take a look at the document that you're going to be using. You're going to go ahead and make sure you share with me the date of the article. Has to be within 12 months. The name of the newspaper, magazine, online source, title of the article, and I definitely need the website URL. Attaching the article, basically you can put that URL in there, activate it, and that will be great. Your first idea is to go ahead and summarize the article in your own words. The one that you've seen from me is the tanning industry fights teen bans. Now, I've given you this one to kind of look over because we have several different areas in this particular article that possibly we might be using in the future. Summarizing this article, we're looking at the industry of tanning, the tanning beds and beauty salons and such, are a little grumpy right now because it sounds like several different states, as we can see, California, Vermont, New York State, and Chicago, are not allowing teens to go into tanning beds. We also have seen that there's going to be an excise tax, meaning extra taxes, if your company is a tanning company as part of the Affordable Care Act. So this particular company, summarizing it, this industry, all these people coming together have created their own group to try to lobby Congress, and we'll learn in Chapter 1, Congress does create our laws, and to represent this industry to try to stop fighting this. So I'm not going to go into a great deal of information, but we're going to talk a little bit about the different kinds of law that this article can touch. Now, the first thing we'll see right away, we can see that there are no criminal issues. No one has done anything wrong, so we're not going to use that for a criminal article. Civil law might be a good opportunity here. We're also looking potentially, it's not contract law right now, but it may be something as we watch this article, we might consider that. And then we're looking at constitutional rights. Now, there definitely is information about rights in here, but we're not talking about the Constitution just yet. We're looking right now at ways that this group, this Sun Tanning Association, can try to reverse some of the laws. So this article, we have to first of all kind of decide after we summarize it, how is this going to help me? Which kind of current event information have I learned about that I can apply it to? So that's really important too. So on the document, after you have attached the URL here and all the information, you've made a summary, we're the part that we really want to know is how you are reacting to this article. Number one, why did you select the article? In my particular case, I wanted something that had to do with teenagers. That was the reason I wanted to do it. How does this article relate to what we have learned in class? You're going to apply that to the area that we're in. Right now we're just learning about laws. This is just a demonstration. So in this particular case I could say I understand through my textbook that our government creates laws. There's a particular process for it. This group of people with sun tanning are considering a way to learn how to change some of the laws. Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking about and how it relates to it. And lastly, how does this article affect your life or the lives of others? Well, there's a lot of teenagers who may choose to want to do tanning. The question is this something that is going to affect them in some way. Is it better to be healthy, or is it better to be able to do what you want? And you're going to go into detail there too. And then any questions about this article, leaving it unanswered? Some of my thoughts would be, okay, so they're hiring a lobbying group to represent them in front of their representatives or the Congress itself. I wonder how much money that's going to cost all those people who want these laws overturned. So that might be a question I'm going to do to kind of show that I'm thinking a little higher, making some connections. So just going over a little bit, showing you how, the purpose of this was showing you how to find articles, some simple ways to do it, as well as any articles you want, making sure the article is relevant to the type of in the news that we're discussing in our book. Number 3, how to access the Google document, how to update the Google document, and lastly, I'm going to show you how to submit the Google document. Once you are ready to submit the assignment, you are going to take the URL from your Google Doc, you're going to copy it, you're going to paste it, and you're going to go into the assignment, and you're going to place it into the comments section. Once you do that, when you submit that, I will be able to get your link to your document. I'll be able to review it, and I'll be able to give you a grade for it. So that is how you're going to be submitting the Google document into the current events. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Again, you have an exemplar to look at how someone else has approached an article. Thanks so much.